The bend, and Knighton now into his running. Nina in pursuit. De Grasse with a lot of work to do, and Fambulla looks to be labouring. It really is all too easy. 1970.
He's not even 20, but he just ran faster than Usain Bolt did at his age. How is that possible? And why are some experts calling him the future of sprinting? The truth might just blow your mind. His name is Erriyon Knighton, and he's not just fast, he's making people believe that the US might finally have someone who can catch up to Bolt's ghost. This isn't just about racing, it's about chasing history, and maybe even rewriting it. Arion didn't start on the track. He was a football kid in Tampa, Florida. He had speed, but his eyes were on touchdowns, not gold medals. Erriyon Knighton was born in Tampa, Florida in 2004. That changed in 2019. Just for fun, he tried track. But what happened next shocked everyone. He was faster than kids who had been running for years. Coaches couldn't believe it. He had natural speed that you just can't teach. One race turned into two, then into seasons filled with wins. Every time he ran, it felt like watching someone who had a secret superpower. People started calling him a phenom. At local meets, he was the name whispered before the gun went off. But what made him even more surprising was how calm he stayed through all the buzz. He wasn't bragging, he wasn't showboating, he just showed up, ran, and left jaws on the ground. It was like he had found something he was born to do, and the track became his playground. By the time he was 16, Arion was running times that looked unreal. In 2021, he ran the 200 meters in 19.74 seconds. That's faster than what Bolt ran at his age. People around the world took notice. The comparison started. Was this the next sprinting king? Some said yes. Others thought it was just hype. But for Arion, it was just the beginning. That race opened doors. Suddenly, the teen from Tampa had the attention of every track fan and sports reporter on the planet.
Kenny Bederk. How about Erriyon Knighton? That looks like the three going to Tokyo.
He wasn't just a headline, he was the headline. Magazine covers, interviews, YouTube videos breaking down his stride. He was everywhere. But the fame didn't shake him. He stuck to the basics. Training, learning, improving. While the world watched, Arion stayed focused. That's what made his next move even more impressive. Then came 2022. Arion stepped onto the track and dropped a 19.49-second 200 meter. It wasn't just fast, it was historic. He became the fourth fastest man ever at that distance. And he did it before his 19th birthday. Suddenly, the doubters got quiet. This wasn't hype anymore. This was real. His name was now mentioned alongside legends, the kind of names that are carved into Olympic history. But Arion wasn't thinking about that. He just wanted to keep getting better.
Erriyon Knighton, Dorian Campbell, here comes Joseph Fambulla of Florida.
His performance made one thing clear. He wasn't afraid of the moment. Pressure, cameras, world expectations, none of it mattered. When the blocks clapped and the starter's pistol cracked, it was just him and the lane. That ability to stay locked in, that's what champions are made of. But Knighton wasn't just chasing records. He wanted medals. At the 2022 World Championships, he lined up against the best in the world, and he didn't flinch. He came third. That made him the youngest sprinter ever to win a medal at the World Championships. At just 18, he was already standing on the podium, and he looked like he belonged there. No nerves, no fear, just focus and fire. That bronze medal didn't just hang around his neck, it marked the start of something big. 2023 was even bigger. The World Championships were held in Budapest, and Arion was ready. In the final, he flew down the track and grabbed the silver medal. Only one man beat him, fellow American Noah Lyles. But that race showed something important. Knighton could go toe-to-toe with the world's best, and he was only getting better. His strides were longer, his finish stronger. It was like watching a rising storm, full of power and potential. And he wasn't just showing up at world events. Back in the US, he proved he was the best at home too. At the 2023 US Track and Field Championships, Arion won the 200 meters with a time of 19.74 seconds. That made him the national champion. No one could question it anymore. He was America's fastest young sprinter, and he did it with style. Calm at the start, explosive off the blocks, and smooth through the curve. It was the kind of race you watch over and over.
Outside in white, here comes Fred. Is his run too late? Knighton is leading the way. Teenager Erriyon Knighton is a national champion. 1974.
And let's not forget the Olympics. At just 17 years old, Knighton ran in the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. He didn't win a medal, but he finished fourth. That's a big deal. Most people his age are just starting college. He was almost on the Olympic podium. With the Paris 2024 Games coming up, fans are wondering, will this be his golden moment? The stage is set. The spotlight is ready. And Arion, he's training like his future depends on it. One number keeps coming up, 19 seconds. Only one man has ever run under that in the 200 meters, Usain Bolt. Knighton has said he wants to break that wall. He's aiming for the impossible, but if anyone has a chance, it might be him. His times keep getting faster, and he's not even 21 yet. His body is still growing, his technique's still improving. Every season, he gets a little sharper, a little more dangerous. What makes Arion different isn't just his speed. It's how he thinks. He trains hard, stays humble, and doesn't talk trash. He knows he's fast, but he's focused on getting better, not showing off. That mindset is rare. It's what separates stars from legends. He studies his races, watches his mistakes, and then fixes them. He listens to his coaches. He respects the game, and that makes him more than an athlete. It makes him a threat. And while fans focus on the records and medals, Arion is quietly writing his own story. He doesn't need to copy Bolt. He's building something different, something new. He doesn't just want to win races. He wants to leave a mark. Every practice, every heat, every final, it all matters to him. And that's what makes his story so powerful. So can he beat Bolt's records? That's the big question. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. But here's the truth. Erriyon Knighton doesn't need to be the next Bolt. He's already made history, and he's only just begun. What happens next could be even bigger. A world record? An Olympic gold? Only time will tell. But whatever it is, you can bet it'll be fast. Every race he runs makes people wonder, what will he do next? That's the kind of excitement we haven't seen since Bolt. Whether or not he breaks the 19-second mark, Erriyon Knighton is changing the game. He's chasing more than medals. He's chasing a legacy. He's turning the track into a place of magic again, a place where anything can happen. And who knows? One day, kids might grow up hearing stories about a teen from Tampa who ran like the wind and made the world believe in magic again. Maybe they'll watch his old races and dream of breaking his records. Maybe they'll chase his ghost the way he chased Bolt's. And maybe, just maybe, that's how new legends begin. If Arion Knighton keeps this up, we might be watching history unfold in real time. So what do you think? Is he the next legend in the making, or someone about to rewrite the sprinting world as we know it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like this video if you believe in Arion's rise. Subscribe for more stories that take you beyond the headlines, because the next big moment, it might be just one race away.
Jobb most Kenny Bederknek, nagyon-nagyon együtt van a mezőny, ott van nekin Blake Sevi is, Bederknek van esélye megnyerni, meg is nyeri. 9,78 már.
Kenny Bederk has just shattered the sprint world's expectations, and what's just been revealed has shocked track and field fans worldwide. For years, his potential remained unfulfilled behind the shadow of legends, until now. Bederk, the explosive sprinter known as Kung Fu Kenny, has accomplished something not even the great Usain Bolt ever managed, posting one of the most incredible sprint doubles in history that rewrites what we thought was humanly possible. Kenny Bederk, the silver medal specialist turned dominant force, delivered a performance for the ages at the Miami Grand Slam that has the athletics world buzzing. After years of standing on Olympic podiums in Tokyo and Paris with silver medals, Bederk revolutionized sprint expectations by accumulating an astonishing 9.79 seconds in the 100 meters, followed by a blistering 19.84 in the 200 meters just one day later, a combination of times that rivals the greatest sprint doubles ever witnessed.
A célegyenesbe nem az az ember, aki el fog fáradni, innentől kezdve az órával fog versenyezni, és egyelőre eléggé biztató, amit látunk. Mi a vége?
In a statistical breakdown that left commentators speechless, Bederk's opening 100 meters made him one of only 23 athletes in history ever to break the 9.80 barrier under any conditions. When the numbers were tallied for his epic 200 meters, Bederk crushed the field by an enormous 0.3 of a second, a margin of victory that even Bolt rarely achieved against elite competition. He continued by displaying his finishing power, closing his final 40 meters in just 3.35 seconds, a rate of speed that directly challenges Bolt's once untouchable legacy of second-half dominance. What makes Bednarek's story particularly remarkable is that his rise to sprint dominance wasn't immediate, but rather a methodical climb through the ranks of world sprinting. Despite collecting silver medals in Tokyo and Paris, many questioned if he would ever reach the absolute pinnacle of the sport. Now, with his unprecedented Miami double, Bednarek has not only silenced critics, but established himself as the man to beat heading into the Tokyo World Championships. Bednarek's strategic brilliance extended far beyond basic speed during his historic double. He was one of the most technically sound athletes in the entire competition, balancing explosive starts with championship-caliber finishing speed, a combination that proved unstoppable in both sprint events. This revolutionary two-way sprint ability was most famously executed during his 200 meters, where he opened the first 100 in a blazing split that gave him a 2/10 advantage before powering home with a final 100 of just 9.47 seconds, despite visibly easing up. The specific details of Bednarek's performance reveal a technical genius and ability to dominate the competition in multiple ways. When broken down with wind adjustments, his 100-meter performance equates to approximately 9.88 seconds in still conditions, already the fastest time in the world this season. This level of versatility and raw speed sets Bednarek apart from his contemporaries and provides him with a crucial competitive edge throughout the critical Olympic cycle, building toward the 2028 Games. As many track specialists acknowledged after witnessing the historic double, this is one of the greatest two-day performances I have ever witnessed. Indeed, while spectators commonly focused on his silver medal history, athletics insiders have long recognized that every calculated stride and critical championship appearance has been building toward Bednarek's eventual ascension to the very top of the sprint world.
I mean, each year it's gotten a little bit easier. I know what to expect. I know what to do in each round. So, to me, this is just like any other race. No reason to change anything. I practice all year for this. So, once I step on the line, it's just execute my race, and that's what I've been doing.
The importance of this sprint double is something modern track fans understand deeply. It doesn't just represent fast times, but the potential changing of the guard in the post-Bolt era. With his undefeated streak in Grand Slam competition, Bednarek has established himself as the premier sprinter in both the 100 and 200, an accomplishment that not even Usain Bolt maintained throughout his entire career. This sentiment echoes the critical role that sprint dominance now plays in athletic immortality, a tradition and standard of excellence that Bednarek appears poised to uphold. Bednarek's influence on the sprint world extends far beyond his on-track expertise. He represents a new generation of athletes who have studied Bolt's blueprint while developing their own unique approach to sprint excellence. Under his explosive power and technical mastery, Bednarek established performance standards that have the potential to redefine what we believe is humanly possible over both 100 and 200 meters. Even after his statistical masterpiece, Bednarek remains active on the Grand Slam circuit with the entire season still ahead. While many sprinters would be satisfied with such historic times, he continues preparing for his ultimate goal, Tokyo World Championship gold. The sprint calendar still offers the entirety of May, June, July, August, and the opening days of September for Bednarek to refine his fitness and potentially challenge Bolt's once untouchable world records. Bednarek's impact goes far beyond just winning races. He has changed the way people think about running both the 100 meters and 200 meters, showing that it's still possible to be amazing at both, even after Bolt retired. He is one of the most talented sprinters of this generation and a strong sign that the future of sprinting is still very exciting. For those who truly understand track and field's rich history and the complexity of sprint mastery, Bednarek's Miami double represents far more than just fast times or mechanical brilliance. It embodies an unwavering pursuit of excellence, adaptability, and strategic development that could define an entire era of sprinting. As many industry observers have noted, Kenny Bednarek may have remained in the shadows of giants for several seasons, but he never needed world records to establish his own legacy in the sport. The Miami Grand Slam serves as a fitting display of Bednarek's true potential. It also provides an important reminder that behind every transcendent athletic performance stands years of dedication dedicated preparation and development that, while often overlooked by casual fans, are absolutely essential to championship success at track and field's highest level. Bednarek's story goes beyond sprinting, showing the power of patience and mental fortitude in the face of repeated silver medal finishes. His journey proves that perseverance, dedication, and technical refinement can reshape not just single races, but the entire trajectory of sprint history. From his early days collecting Olympic silvers to becoming potentially the most dominant sprinter on the planet, Kenny Kung Fu Bednarek has left his mark on countless moments that will help define the next chapter of track and field history. As the athletics world celebrates this latest revelation about Bednarek's historic double, it's worth reflecting on the full scope of his potential impact on sprinting's future. Beyond the impressive Miami statistics, 9.79 and 19.84, lies a blueprint for sprint dominance that continues to influence how championship sprinters operate today. From executing flawless starts to maintaining unprecedented top-end speed, Bednarek's vision could help transform him from a silver medal specialist into the legitimate heir to Usain Bolt's sprint throne. He didn't just break records, he obliterated them. At just 17, Gout Gout is doing things no one thought were humanly possible. And now, his coach has exposed the truth behind his terrifying speed. This isn't just a story of raw talent. Gout Gout's rise is one of the most astonishing things happening in athletics today. But according to his coach, the real reason behind his meteoric speed isn't what most people think. Now, for the first time, she's revealing what's really driving his explosive performance, and why his biggest challenges may still be ahead. Gout Gout didn't just break an old Australian record, he completely destroyed it. In a recent 200-meter race, he clocked a blazing 20.04 seconds, breaking a 56-year-old national senior record and going faster than any under-16 sprinter in history, including Bolt. Overnight, the world took notice.
Let the legs loose and let the kid run. He is absolutely gone. He is Gout of this world.
Gout has already taken Bolt's record for the fastest 200 meters by a 16-year-old, clocking an astonishing 20.04 seconds at the Australian All-Schools Championships in 2024. But behind this sprinting phenomenon is someone who has been quietly shaping every step of his journey, his coach, Di Shepherd. She's not interested in flashy headlines or quick fame. What she's building with Gout is something much bigger, and it all started years before the world ever heard his name. While fans and media are quick to crown him the next Bolt, Shepherd is keeping things real. These achievements are just stepping stones, she says. Things will plateau. That's natural. Then we'll have to find the next adaptation phase to go up. She added, things will plateau. That's a natural part. It has to come to a bang, okay, now we've got to find our next adaptation phase to go up. It's a surprising attitude when your athlete just broke a record older than his parents. But for Shepherd, that's exactly the point. Most athletes get caught up in the hype, and that's when they stop improving, not Gout. To understand how rare Gout's path is, you need to look at other young stars in the sport. One of the best comparisons is Erriyon Knighton, the American sprinter who ran 19.49 in the 200 meters at just 18 years old, making him the fourth fastest man ever over that distance. He earned global praise and even medals at the World Championships. But even with all his success, Knighton hasn't been able to top that time since. That's what Shepherd is trying to avoid. Burning bright too fast and fading out early. For her, it's not just about breaking records now, it's about building something that lasts. And to build something that lasts, you have to do more than run fast. You have to be ready for the pressure, the fame, and the lifestyle changes that come with being the most talked about young sprinter in the world. Gout's life has already changed dramatically. Between schoolwork and training, his schedule is packed. Going out with friends or enjoying a normal teenage life, that's already off the table. When you reach a certain point, your social life basically disappears, Shepherd said. He's already at that point now, and that's tough, especially when you remember he's still in school. He's at that point pretty much now, which is kind of tough when you think he's still at school. Most people see the highlight clips and the medal ceremonies. They don't see the sacrifices. Gout's been making those sacrifices for years, and now that the spotlight's on him, the pressure is only going to grow. Even Gout himself admits it's hard sometimes. Being compared to Bolt, the greatest sprinter in history, is overwhelming, but Shepherd sees something special in him, something that might just be the true key to his future. He has a massive ability to handle it, she said. It's not just about running fast, It's about staying focused, staying grounded, and staying hungry. That hunger is what's kept Gout from getting complacent. While everyone else is celebrating his wins, he and Shepard are already working on what's next. Because the truth is, speed alone won't take you to the top.